We're live?
We are live. Let me just make sure the audio, because I think I have Nicole turned down.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to test a few things before I go full ham hog on this.
Ham hog. Is that like a ham hog?
That is, you've heard of the werehog, right?
So, it's Sonic, but he turns into a pig?
He turns into a pig, yeah. Ham hog. Sonic the ham hog! Begin your adventure now.
Start button to play!
Hello!
Hello? Oh, let's see. Let me open up the screen.
Alright, so I am coming through. It's not particularly loud.
Oh, let's see. Let me open up the screen. You hear?
Sound. Turn you down a little bit. You know, I noticed something. Music is on the same level layer that you're on, so I don't know if that's gonna work.
Oh,
well, it will
that's
if I
weird.
turn that.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back, Silver. How's it going, my guy?
Hey.
Just got something in the announcement channel. Very nice, as it should be. We're gonna work on some. Well, we're gonna work on some models, characters,
Oh, dang.
etc. Let me jump into this thing so I can share my screen with y'all.
Alright, how much do you want to bet? Who's going to be more active, Rotolis or Armada? Not active, I mean who, but like, which one?
Well, Armada has more fans and people know about it. They don't necessarily know about my channel. I get it. It's
But aren't they both one and the same?
Rotolis 2?
No,
Project Armada
he's
is
streaming
not
to
my
two.
channel.
He's streaming to two different channels.
At the same time, both done by the same person. Therefore, isn't one of them technically a paradox? Therefore, they both get the same amount of
It's not
attention.
paradox.
I
They're just run by the same person. I feel.
It's just less people. There less people, so to speak, are vibing with the whole Armada thing. You know what I'm saying? We'll just have to
Vibing?
wait. Yeah,
Vibing,
You're
my
not-
friend.
it's
I'm
vibing.
sorry, sir. You don't seem to be vibing enough.
So my question, my friends, is what is it that initiates the vibrations?
good
The
ones or bad
vibrations, sir. No, we're speaking of vibe.
ones? You know what I just thought of? I just thought of something to share with you guys instead of sharing the
What?
thing I do share. I can just share my OBS output, ba-diddle-dee-doo, instead of trying to share that screen.
Hey, there we go.
Alright, let me just go to screen share. I mean, I have it at the lowest possible settings because there's only so much bandwidth. Hello, Rocket Pal, welcome.
It's Rocket.
I haven't seen a
What?
single comment. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that chat, but just a second.
Why
That's
didn't
what I'm
anyone
here
tell
for,
me
baby.
there was a stream to...
I didn't know I was gonna stream today, to be honest. I woke up this morning, I'm all like, what the freak am I gonna work on? I don't want to.
And
do
I
it.
mean,
I changed my mind.
I mean, you can.
God saying, yo,
No, it was a message from Rotolis's. It was a message from Rotolis's conscience, being like, "You said you'd do this."
And I'm all like, don't be bringing that old stuff up to me. I'm like, old stuff?
From a month ago.
this stuff is due, my friend. Get on it.
Indeed. So what we're gonna work on today is we're gonna just do some. We're gonna play around with some concepts, and by concepts I mean we're gonna work with some of the textures on some character models. I'm gonna try to create some textures in this thing called Substance Painter. Now I'm kind of going in blind here, speed run, blind playthrough of real life here. I'm gonna try to figure out how
First
to.
grade.
Blind
Yeah. Gonna
speed
try
run.
to make a texture for a character model that we have here. Not Tails. This is misleading. That's just a Tails Run animation made by the incomparable Rocket Pal. For Shout. And if I can do that, then it'll be my new texturing tool. Because I bought this thing at the beginning of this year, and I haven't touched it. So instead of looking at any tutorials or anything that would be useful, I'm just gonna try to brute force it. That's not entirely true. I've looked at a few things. But let's go ahead and turn this off. This music kind of works with Tails running. It's not bad.
Like so So we're attempting a blind speed run. This is interesting. You know, when you said you were gonna work with like some concepts, I'm like, my brain automatically told me, I was like, all right, we're gonna work with time.
We're
Kind
gonna be
of
messing
alter
around
it
with the
or
time
break, see what
space
happens.
continuum. Hopefully that's cool with you
Find out
guys.
if it really
If
is.
not, I don't know.
Find out if it really is a concept or if it's something that we can manipulate.
Can we just like take our preconceived notions about what time is, and then just make that be what time is? Cast of characters. Right. Okay. So
if
we're gonna
we
be messing
build
with.
up our M speed, if we build up our M speed enough, we'll be able to finish this project by the end of the year.
Exactly. If
No,
we
we
could
can just make this year. We can just make this year last forever,
honestly,
and then we can always be on time.
if we wanted to, instead of paying people, we could just promise them shortened or lengthened experiences of time, depending on what they wanted. And then, like,
we give them access to hyperbolic time.
It's like we can promise them shortened or lengthened periods of time. It's like, honestly, I don't know what we're doing making a game project. If we
we
just
gotta
never
run the
do that.
world now, actually, right? You can threaten people or help people, depending on whether or not we're villains or
Tyrannical dictator. You become the Time Lord.
Oh, we are the Time Lords. That's what we call this project. It's no longer Project Armada, it's Project Time Lord. You think that'll work? You think that's good branding? Hang on, let me move over to the live studio.
Are we making
Uh-oh.
like a fucking video game adaptation of Gallifrey
You
right
got
now?
tree sapling.
Bruh.
Bruh, I don't even know
That's
what that means. Hang on. Can you guys still hear me? Am I still online?
PJ, you're loved here. You're noticed. You're seen. Are you here?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, no, just everyone's voice just sort of...
What about the
Cut
stream? Is everything?
Yeah, can you guys still see the screen?
Okay.
Is that happening for you guys? Is that there?
I can see your screen. I can see the stream, but it's like everything coming through.
the screen because the problem is there's a bloke sort of just smack bang in the middle. I don't know what he's doing there.
That's Katon. No.
There's someone in the middle of the screen?
Oh, where did you leave that shotgun?
Hang on, wait a minute.
Silver was just like, I just see some bloke in the middle of the screen, and I'm like, that's Katon.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, like I promised. Wow, this thing is... Well, it's not bad. I've decided to turn on the face cam. It's not face cam, it's Zoom, and I just put Zoom in my thing. Because I don't care. I was like, what if you guys could see my face? Would that increase engagement? You know what would increase engagement if I made more of these videos, obviously, these streams. But that's not forthcoming. So this is just one of the character models. This is not one of the models that is from our game. It's just a model that I was working on. I wanted to have it open on something. We're going to pick up a model, though. We're going to go in here. We're going to get my boy and your boy. What's his name? Shout, that's right. Shout the Hedgehog. Now, the
Shout.
bird-
Like,
battle bird
we're gonna get my boy and your boy. What's his name?
What's his name? Carol, can you get in here? What's the bird guy's name? Shout. Oh, Shout.
Which
Yes, there we go. Shout the bird. Yeah, there's lots of birds.
The most
Bird.
memorable character of the entire game.
I mean,
Sharing your face feels more like a conversation.
What is-
All right, I can dig it. Hello, Tails the Liqueur. There's something wrong with me sharing my screen.
subtitle
not.
failure.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change this. I think it definitely pertains directly to the way I'm sharing my screen with you guys. But there's like no way to do it otherwise. You guys aren't experiencing any lags or dips, right?
I think I was experiencing like a little bit there for a minute, but you're good now.
Yeah, there's like dips, but they don't they don't scour the entire experience. I still got my popcorn, my kind of carling.
Oh, you're like into this. All right, that's
Right,
I
that's
didn't
good.
know it was like that. Silver.
It's good to know that someone is enjoying this, and that someone doesn't have to be me. Because it's not about me, it's about you guys. That's right, the collective ye.
I haven't been here for a long time, so it's high time actually got back into the fold, as it were, as I do actually have a responsibility on this team.
Yes, the fold. Looks like a sheep. Because that's what this team is a team of.
A sheep.
It's a team of Hepkins.
You know what?
Yeah,
No, you know what? That makes sense. We're all just cattle that turn around the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. We don't think for ourselves.
We do think for ourselves, but the things we think are often the things that sheep think. Which, when you think about it, ain't much. So I'm gonna grab this down here. This is just a complicated way to control this character. I think I might switch back to shape keys. Okay, this is not very fun to manipulate, especially since don't expect his eyes to open many different ways. We were experimenting with some things. Like I said before, this is Shout, and I'm not necessarily working on his model today. Though I will be working on his beak, because this beak topology, like it's the way the vertexes come together, the edge flow, I mean to say, is the word I'm looking for, is whack. It's hard to get him to do anything. Like, I could probably get him to smile and frown and all that, but it's very...
Typically, the best way to summarize how the corners are handled for typical lips are, it kind of goes out like a spider web.
Yeah. So, like, I can imagine, like, I was shown a picture by the Longmax when she was, when I was asking for suggestions, and it was very much like the spider web you're describing, just sort of like a web way, and it's, like, the beak end is not a problem, it's the corners, and the corners need to be rounded so you can get more control over them. And that's just a thing. Let's see.
Okay, right here. What is it? Yeah, everybody's saying they're experiencing like a lag connection.
Okay.
3 Sapling's like, yeah, stream drop, same, yeah, lag.
I'm gonna try to fix this. Give me a second. Just the one. I only need the 1 second. Well, it's more than that.
Well, now you're. Yeah.
Well, you see, I'm stretching time for myself. You're just experiencing it normally, so I don't know what to say. What to tell you. Let's just
See, it turns out the way the construct of time works is that everybody experiences their own separate flow of time. It's like a sense.
the time sense. That's what the Flash is doing. See, it makes sense. I'm gonna give it to you in 15 frames per second, and it's only one screen. Does that make it any better? And also, it's not the OBS. Well, it is actually. It's a screen.
Oh
Change
no,
windows.
we're watching a modeling stream at 15 frames a second?
What about all
This
the
is
data I'm
horrible.
missing out on? Oh no.
Hey, now we're working with Into the Spider-Verse frames.
Well, you see, that was intentional. This is a mistake. Wow, that was awful. Why in the world? Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming. Like, the stream is still going. The stream is happening. I've just stopped sharing my screen to the people on Discord.
Yeah, that'll probably.
That'll probably
Free up
fix
some
it, yeah.
bandwidth. You'll just have to watch what I'm doing somewhere else, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Like, actually watch the stream. Like, get on there and interact with people in the chat. Yeah, lag. Team is just showing they are Sega material. Great fan games. Laggy, barely functioning streams. It stopped. Okay, it stopped. That's good. The lag stopped for the folks in the chat. And I guess that's all that matters, really. So, basically, I'm going to be continuing this dialogue on what I'm doing. We're going to be, like I said, working on Shout the Canary here.
Yeah,
The Canary.
I don't think that I don't think they mean that it stopped as in I don't.
Rotalist?
The stream
I
is
think they
stopped,
mean
you're
the
saying?
stream like
Oh.
stop
Yeah.
because I'm looking at it right now and it's like really choppy, like maybe 1 frame every like 5 seconds.
No, the stream
frame every,
itself
like, 5
hasn't
seconds.
stopped. It's that the actual movement
Yeah,
of
and
the
it's so
stream
bad.
has stopped. That's what stopped.
Well, that's weird. Let me take a look at the video here. Because I stopped sharing my screen and everything like that. So what in the world is happening? Shout the Canary here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see down
I
there.
don't think that.
I see. Weird. Why is that happening? Hang on. You lovelies. Just a second while I figure out what I
You
brought.
lovelies.
Okay, I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back. I'm going to leave Discord and I'm going to jump back in. Just a moment here. Disconnect. Let's see if that made any difference. But the audio is coming through, but not the video. Why is that happening? Yeah, lovelies. Just a second while I figure out what I brought.
You lovelies.
Okay, I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back. Still images now. Discord, I'm going to jump back in. Just a moment here. Disconnect. I think I know what it is. Unfortunately, I might have to turn off the camera. And it's not because it's a regular camera view. It's because it's coming through Zoom, and there's no way that's going to work out for long. So actually, what if I were to do something like this? How about I do end that? End meeting for all. Still images now. And then see what happens when that's no longer a thing. Unfortunately, I might have to turn off the camera. And it's not because it's a regular camera view. It's because it's coming through Zoom, and there's no way that's going to work out for long. So actually, what if I were to do something like... Can't get that working. Let me know if it's going any better now. How about I do? Hello, Try Speed. How's it going? Still stuck on the bird guy? Okay. Weird. Why is this happening? What if I just turned on... Oh. Here's a thought. Here's a thought that I just had. It came out of my head, and it's not bad. I don't think, at least, it will be all that awful and horrible to try it. A bit. I don't know if it's going any better now. Hello, Try Speed. How's it going? Still stuck on the bird guy? I'm trying some things. Give me a moment while I figure it out. Why is this happening?
I wouldn't say usually. Is that Rhodolus?
I'm back, but I'm still testing some things out, trying some things.
No, you idiot.
Howdy,
It's
howdy.
Rosalist 2. Can't you read?
You know, Rhodolus 2, but
Wait.
it's like French. The 2 is silent. It's a special accent that you put on it where you don't say it.
I know. I know.
Where's the emphasis,
Rhodolus?
Rhodolus? Is it-
You are not Rosalist. You are Rosalist 2, silent 2 or not. The 2 is still there.
We don't talk about what happened to Rhodolus 1.
There is no Rhodolus 1. That's why. You can't bring things up that don't
Say
exist.
usually. Is that Rhodolus?
They're
I was more thinking like... Now, where is the emphasis, Rhodolus? Is it Rhodolus or Rhodolus?
Rhodolus.
So it is Rosalist.
Rhodolus.
Rosalist.
You don't really emphasize anything. It used to be Rotalis. I mean, that's not a thing.
See, it's funny because that's exactly when I first joined the project 3 years ago, back when my stomach wasn't as half the size of the goddamn bus and public transport. I thought your name was pronounced Rosalite.
Sorry. I know you were having a conversation there. Trampled right all over it with my old 2009 meme reference. Sorry.
So, were we able to get the frame rate sample?
I don't know. I'm still trying.
Are you moving the screen around right now?
No, I'm not touching anything. He's not moving. I mean, Bird is just paused. I'm gonna turn him, twirl him around a little bit there. You let me know if you ever see that happen.
Okay.
Bird is not moved. Bird is not moved. But let me know if he does start moving. And if he moves in real time, then I think we're okay. We'll just have to go without my beautiful face and my sweet succulent lips for this particular event. Oh, he is moving. Yeah, he's moving in real time. You guys see that?
Yep, that's a lot better.
I'm gonna try something because I refuse to give up, no matter how much something won't work. Just a second here while I attempt the simplistic and sad thing that I'm going to do. By yon bonny banks and by yon bonny brae, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where me and my true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond.
Why do these chats always turn into singing?
Because I like to sing. You got a problem with that? You don't like it? Oh shoot, that's more my face than I was expecting to see. Haha! Hey guys, what's good? Just a moment here while I reduce that ego, if you know what I mean. Alright.
Hey, it's Sans.
Okay.
Maybe it's the way you're
look at this
dressed.
Zoomer motherfucker. I was gonna go with Elmer Fudd, the real OG in this chat, but nah, you went with Sans. You went with Sans.
I thought he sounded more like Sans.
I thought he sounded more like Elmer
comic.
Fudd.
Sans. I'm using another computer entirely, but I figured if I moved the processing power to a different thing, then it wouldn't be a problem. So,
Question here: do any of you guys know that Fallen is streaming right now?
well, you know what? She's gonna have to compete with the Rhoda. List.
I thought you said Rona for a hot second.
No, I did not.
No.
I said something so insensitive. So, especially. Anyway. Yeah, so, sorry guys for the wait there. I'm going to do something else, but it'll have to wait. I'll just have to live with the fact that some things are not going to be optimal, and you're going to have to see me sitting in front of the Golden Gate Bridge instead of the wonderful spinning image of Tails that I had up before. Oh, flippin' well. But it turns out having a Zoom meeting open while you're trying to run an OBS, while you're trying to run a stream, is not optimal. Let me see if I can still share my screen though, but I did want to be able to do that. Please don't freeze. Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy.
Robles doesn't want any whammy. It's working? Ah!
You seeing it?
No, you don't say whammy. Whammy's bad.
That's right. You don't want that. It is working. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Look,
Whammy bad.
Sweet. I'm over here in beautiful, sunny San Francisco. I'm here to tell you about the Apple Car. Anyway. That's right. I'm the CEO of Apple now, not Tim Cook. It's me, Robles.
I would believe it. He does wear a white shirt.
I can't wait for the next iPhone reveal to be on a Zoom meeting.
That would be unfortunately and terribly sad. You'd be like, we couldn't get
Funny.
like an Apple Meet or a FaceTime? No, it's Zoom because it's more efficient.
You think that?
I'm like-
Honestly, all right. Legit question. You think that's why we haven't seen a new Sonic game reveal in so long?
And that copyright-free music to play in the background. Here, Apple, we're here to produce high-quality products.
Like Jack and Dexter music.
Funniest would happen if it was Jack and Daxter music. Apple thing. Okay. All right. So, like I said, without further ado, without much more delay, we're gonna spice things up with our boy.
But okay, legit question though. Like, do you think that's why they haven't revealed like any Sonic game recently or any information about it? Do you think they're waiting for like a big kind of announcement thing or like what?
Okay,
Waiting for
you
the
know
big
what's
announcement.
funny?
The big announcement would be their game.
You know what's funny? Whenever they post anything, people are like, "New game announcement!" I'm just like, bro, no. Like, have you seen what they've posted recently with Knuckles in the Storybook Adventure format, wearing your Sinbad costume?
What?
I haven't even heard of that. What is this?
Wait, have you? None of you seen it? Hang on, let me get back on Instagram real quick.
Yeah, get back on Instagram. That's where
I'll
we need to be.
Wait, does the Sonic the Hedgehog? Do they have an Instagram?
Of course they.
Who's
First
got
of all,
an
of course they
Instagram?
do. They're a multimedia franchise. They gotta have an Instagram. We don't.
I
have an
hear
Instagram.
nothing.
I mean, we do.
Outside of their Twitter, and maybe their Facebook, I didn't know they were anywhere else. I mean YouTube. But
Wait, we do have an Instagram. Yes, we do. It's just we don't use it, and also I forgot the password. So that's gonna be a problem. No, it's not. We didn't forget the password. I'm kidding. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Most of it's lies.
well, all right, legit. Do you think there's more truth or more lies on the internet, like spread daily?
Lies.
Lies are spread more often, but there's probably more truth on the internet. But that's like you don't read it because it's not as interesting. Oh, look, some truth. I wanted to hear about that. Like, no, you wanted to see what stuff about the things that make you mad. Okay, let me unwrap this. Why are
Yeah,
you lying?
and if it's not like truth, it's like if it's not truth, we want to hear like speculation or rumors and stuff like that.
When's the next Sonic the Hedgehog game gonna come out? Why is Knuckles' head floating above the ground? What's that all about? You know, things like that.
Why is Knuckles' head on a pike? What?
I'm really gonna have to, like, I said this almost in jest last time, but I really am going to have to just sort of, like, not blacklist, but what is the word where you block certain search terms? Because I don't want to see any more stuff about Sonic movie. Not because I'm worried about being spoiled.
Is it because you're getting too much of it in your feed?
I just don't want to. First of all, anything regarding Sonic is always going to be overhyped. So if they had like a new Sonic
Yeah, right.
toy coming out,
I've
I'd be
looked
like,
back-
let's learn more about the toy.
Here's the thing, I feel like you and me were entirely right, because people now, I'm seeing like speculation videos and like tweets and stuff like that are like, you know, it's weird that they're filming so much in like these towns and everything, you know, like it seems we're going to be spending a lot more time in the real world than we initially thought. It's like, yeah, it's going to be the whole movie, dog, get ready.
And it's like, have you just never seen the Transformers films?
It didn't take place on Cybertron except for a little bit. That was really weird looking Cybertron. I'm glad it didn't take place on Cybertron because Cybertron is ugly, but
Oh, absolutely.
But the world of Sonic the Hedgehog is vibrant and interesting, and the fact that they are foregoing that for the mere fact that it costs less money makes sense. We'd have to.
Honestly, like, I don't know why anyone would expect, like, I don't know why anybody would expect them to have a whole movie on Sonic's World, because first off, that's a whole animated movie.
It's just an animated movie too, and it's weird that they wouldn't go that route. Like, why wouldn't you make an animated movie about Sonic? He's a cartoon.
No, he's anime now.
Look, kids, they all have that weird Jon Favreau syndrome where kids don't want to see cartoons or something.
Yeah, right.
So, but it needs to be realistic. Who told you that? Who's the liar that walked into the executive meeting and said, "Look, kids, you know what kids hate? They hate cartoons."
Who are you and why are you wrong?
Who are you and why are you so wrong? Exactly. Let's see here.
I'm thinking like, what is it?
Your voice is way lower, so you sound far away. I sound far away because my microphone is not near my face. It has nothing to do with Cryo. Cryo is just, he talks a lot. I can turn him down, though. Why was he at 9,500? I don't understand. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. But yes, Sonic Movie 2, it's not going to take place in Sonic World. We might see, like, a scene, like a flashback.
Sorry, to answer your question, Tails. I didn't even see your comment. Nice bird guy, who is it? This is Shout. He is the Cardinal. He is one of your cardinal antagonists in the Tales Adventure Armada. No, it's funny. It's funny. You liked it, Rocket.
Frickin' boo.
Bring yourself around to my side already. You know you've lost this argument.
I was truly never on your side.
I was truly never on your
He's
side.
been trying to overthrow the hierarchy. That's why I became a director.
Man, he just stopped making everyone director, otherwise they can say whatever they want. Then I won't be able to control them anymore. Ah! Anyway,
Well, alright, well, hear me out. Hear me out.
no. What?
Political corruption. You can, like, be the high, like, you can be the highest of the hierarchy and just be, like, controlling everything behind the scenes.
I'm sorry, are you suggesting that as a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm suggesting if that's what you want to do and you're afraid of people saying what they want, you could just, like, be the all-powerful director, unbeknownst to everybody.
Oh yeah, like
just
so
kind
when the Fire Lord made Azula the Fire Lord, and he's all like, "But you know what? I'm the Phoenix King now." I'm still the Fire Lord. We're both Fire Lords. This was a stupid decision. Why you don't hire people? Yeah, but call me Super Director from now on. That's my name. So we're gonna just take Shout's vest as a test article here.
Super director.
I'm gonna put this into the hide here.
Super commie director.
Oh no. Super commie director. When you said commie, I was thinking as, like, communist, but you meant as, like, yeah, God director? Sounds good to me.
Super commie Dende.
Super commie. My name is Dende. My name
Dende!
is Dende.
Dende! Say it! Say my name!
What privileges Rodolus does the super director have? Because I feel like if we call you a commie director, it's going to get the wrong message.
It is gonna send the
But,
wrong message because I've liked to make it seem like I'm down to earth, like many of single party leaders in the past, pretending that I'm of the people when I'm absolutely not. So as the director, I carry one of these cards. What is this? Who gave this to me? Why do I have this? Anyway, whatever. I think it was like some cleaning lady had handed me this while I was getting a pizza at the front desk in my living quarters. Whatever. Fat satellite? What is fat satellite? Now I'm interested in this, but it's not important.
I love the fact that you called your freaking condo / like complex. You're living whatever, like.
I don't know what word I don't know what word I just used. My living arrangement. My living quarters, yes. Because I like to keep myself, keep it down low key.
My living conditions.
My living conditions in the favela. Well, it's not really a favela. It's a villa, not a favela.
Excuse me, sir. You seem to have entered my living quarters.
The mansion that I own. It's called Rototopia.
Isn't this like the public city hall? No, it's my home.
The public city.
Yeah, but it's still public entrance.
Have you seen the Grand Hall of the People? It's like Congress on steroids. It's like the House of Parliament if it was twice as big and even more crazy looking. It's so cool. Anyway.
And had a gift shop.
And didn't have a big old clock tower sticking out of it. That is different. But it's big, though. I think it's in North Korea. No, that's the Chinese one. The North Korean one is even more crazy. It's big. Anyway, enough about government buildings.
I know you're, what is it? I know you said you don't want to hear about the Sonic movie, but what is your opinion on Knuckles' cool, weird model?
Well, he's a beefy boy.
I
Want to show that he's strong.
Please, the public need to know.
Oh yes, everyone cares about my opinion because now my face is on camera. See, now we're having a conversation, a little tete-a-tete, having a little chat. Let me tell you about my boy Knuckles.
I'm liable.
Knuckles the Echidna is a big part of the Sonic franchise. He has been ever since the third game came out. Actually, the fourth game, because Sonic and Knuckles came after Sonic 3, so fourth game, I guess, technically. Maybe fifth?
Knuckles had a rough transition into 3D.
Knuckles had a rough transition from 3D into being a real person. In that it didn't happen. His body is bigger than everybody else's. He's the size of a small child, large child, actually.
He's a chunky boy.
He's got thick arms because he can lift. How much can he lift? Like 400 pounds or like 400 tons, was it?
Ever stated
Almost
of
as
than
much
a
as
manual or
Shadow,
something.
so take that for what you will.
What'd you say?
But what does Archie say about him? What's like his strength limit in Archie? Like
I don't
his
think they
what
gave
can
him
he lift?
one. He's just really strong. He punched Shadow's fists when they were punching at each other, and they caused a shockwave, which is one of my favorite tropes. He hit.
He also punched
No,
the
never
soup
mind.
out of Sonic. So.
What'd you say?
I said he punched the soup out of Sonic.
He did. He did punch the super out of Sonic. Knuckles is incredibly strong, especially when he's
I
interjacked.
like to think,
Only Shadow
I
could
like
hurt
to
him.
think, I like to think that we're all reading way too much, like way too deep into that scene. It's not as literal as to what actually happened. Sonic was actually just on his last ring.
No. Sonic was full. He had just transformed. Like, how many rings did he have? He had just transformed and flew a short distance over the ocean. Last ring.
I was gonna say,
Right.
the lad literally transformed not 10 minutes prior to the event of death.
Seconds!
It's like,
he
it's
just
like what,
popped off.
It's like Sonic Generation Super Sonic.
Semi Boom
You ever notice that he
Not
can't-
quite Boom Knuckles. He's not nearly as big as Boom Knuckles or as wide. He's just more stocky than he
He's a
usually
nice
is. And I'm
combination
fine with that.
between the two.
A happy medium, I would say. It's not his
He's
body.
a nice combo. He's a fusion dance of the two. He's
You think they,
a good middle area.
Probably not real, but do you think by some chance there actually is a like pre-Tyson Hess like ugly Knuckles?
Probably.
Maybe. Excuse me. We can call this, vest,
Ugglesy again.
fabric.
Do you reckon the original Tails model looked more like a terrifying, fantastic Mr. Fox looking model?
It looks like a terrifying bootleg. He doesn't even have his like bangs anymore, like no hair.
I'm imagining the fact that he doesn't have the bangs on his head is probably for two reasons. First of all, ease of storage.
It's a
When they take him
placeholder.
apart and put him into a box, they want to break those off. And then, secondly, probably
He's
to
a placeholder.
establish like sight lines with his eyes with the actors, so they can see where his eyes are supposed to be, instead of like his big dumb hair gets in the way of that. I think those are just my opinions on it. I don't know, but he
I was
also looks the most
talking
broken
more,
of all of them, like the most toy-like. His legs and arms seem like they were afterthoughts to his body, whereas Sonic and Knuckles are like seem to be together. They look like they just kind of got some arms and plastered them onto Tails'. But they look like he looks like a toy, really, which is weird.
Well, that's
Well, those models basically are just giant toys used for reference.
Reference, yeah.
Yeah, I know they're just placeholder models. But the fact that Sonic's like his chest fur cup thing is light blue bothers me.
I didn't even look that closely at them because I wasn't staring at them. I guess.
I was actually referring to the first movie, because you know how Sonic had that
Yeah.
original design? I was thinking, do you reckon Tails is like some ugly, fantastic Mr. Fox looking sort of model?
I can imagine he probably did because he was definitely meant to show up in the last scene of that movie. So
Exactly. That was not like a that's not something you can
When they
tell
had
them
no
to do
sequel
introduction in
plan.
like 5 minutes.
they may have had a sequel plan, but the thing is, like, you know, he got more love than what's her name,
whole
Longclaw
film.
did, because she just was a straight up owl. They didn't change anything about her design at all.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if we see like a flashback or if Longclaw shows up again. She looks entirely different.
Oh yeah, sure. They'll make her look more like he's supposed to look, or like I guess a typical Sonic character would be. Or they just pretend that she doesn't exist and be like, oh, what Longclaw, huh? You were raised by the echidnas, Sonic. Like, wait, no,
No.
what? You can't do a retcon that early, this early into the series. It's too late for that. Or too
I
early.
like to imagine Tails is like, Sonic, you need to come back home to save your world. It's like, I don't care. I haven't lived there
I
most
haven't
of my
lived there
life.
most of my life. I like Earth now. They've got ping pong and Flash comics, all of that.
They've got Keanu. Yeah, he's gonna make some references.
Of course he will, and it's gonna get old, and you're gonna hate it. And you're like, why
And
did I
then-
like this movie to begin with?
yeah.
And you'll be like, oh right, it was decent.
I really like this. I like this
No,
interpretation
because it's
of
Sonic and it corrupted my life.
Your
I
interpretations
think
of what?
that scene from Transformers Dark in the Moon,
movies.
where Sentinel's all like, I bring you Cybertron.
I like that one too,
Go
actually.
home,"
I
and
think it's pretty cute.
like, I was like, I bring you Mobius. Go
No.
home. And still you choose humanity. It's like, bruh, I lived here all my life.
Yeah, bruh. Bruh. It's like Superman. And people getting on his case for trying to save the world. Like, look, man, the other place that I'm from is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't have anywhere to go.
And I
Like
get
the fact-
because of like property and like copyright issues, they probably couldn't make that comparison. But I'm surprised they didn't make even a slight reference to that sort of idea,
What idea?
Honestly,
like Superman.
They probably will. They've already shown DC Comics exist in this universe.
I'll be like Henry
Not impossible.
Cavill in Warner Brothers movie, Batman v Superman.
True. That's very true. Because he read all the Flash comics.
He did. He was reading all the Flash comics, just looking at them, I guess. The Paramount film, though. That's weird. Warner Brothers and Paramount, how cozy are they? Probably not very. Okay, so I think we're good here. What I'm gonna do, I don't know exactly what kind of file types. I'm gonna warm up Substance Painter is what I'm gonna do. Let me switch my thing over here so that you can see my old screen.
Gonna have SpongeBob references.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want that. You don't want that either. I don't want it, and
don't.
you don't want
I
it
don't.
either. How do you know what I want? I know you're not
Sonic's
crazy.
gonna be like. Sonic, what SpongeBob reference could you see Sonic making in the next movie?
Hopefully none of them. Hopefully none of those references get made at all. I also missed what the other character you have on the screen thumbnail looks like a squirrel. That is a commission that I was doing, and I just wanted to have Blender open on something when I started instead of just an empty screen. We're not going to be dealing with Clara. That is just a fan character commission that I've done in the past. Worked pretty hard on it, though. Did some good hair. I've been getting gooder at hair
Just
recently.
imagining. What's gonna get Sonic to care about his world? Sonic, you need to come back and save our world. It's like, man, I don't care. I've lived Earth all my life. We have chipmunks here. I have chipmunks. Sexy chip.
We have chipmunks like you, or hedgehogs like you. We have people like. What if? Okay.
Can we stop?
Stupid idea.
Can we stop? I feel like I need to stop this before this goes any deeper.
We're not going deep. There's nothing. We're
Not
just
going
talking,
deep.
man. It's not important. No one here expects anything of this movie. Well, maybe you guys do. I don't.
I don't expect.
I've been
legit,
burned
what do
before.
You know what I expect out of the Sonic movie too? The thing that I expect most is for all of the Sonic community to hate it.
And then in like 4 or 5 years, they'll love it again. Yeah, no, it's a cycle.
No, they're gonna hate it because it'd be like, why did they spend so much time on the Earth? I didn't expect this.
I want to see more Mobius, a world that's going to cost millions and millions of dollars on a budget that doesn't have anything of the sort.
Well, whatever. Any other movies coming out next year? No, nothing else is coming out except for Sonic, apparently.
No, Marvel. Oh wait, no, you're okay.
Joking. But there's Fast 9. You want to talk about that?
That's a fast
Rocket
movie.
Power?
I really don't care about.
You want to talk about Fast 9 instead? You want to talk about how fun that's gonna be?
I never watched
where's
the Fast and Furious series.
So,
Where's the
hang on.
Corona gonna
So
show up?
we got Furious. So what was it? Furious 7, Fast and Furious 8, and now we got Fast 9.
Yes.
So are we gonna get
No,
and
it's
10?
F9.
Is and 10 the next one?
I was about to make that joke, Day. It's like and 10.
Funny, actually. No, it'll be called The 10. The 10.
I like to imagine
Like it was
that it's
Fast
11.
5.
It's literally just. Yeah, I like to imagine that as soon as we get to like Fast and Furious like 11, it's literally just 11. Like they keep shortening the title.
The movie is just called 11. The story of 11. Uh-oh. You know, I just made a mistake here.
You know what it
With
is?
all of its textures. This is my main model.
It almost makes me wonder if it's because of the amount of stunts those characters have done and how many near-death experience they've had, it's causing them that much brain damage. That because they're the ones making the title, it has to revert to like 2-to-1, like worded.
Do you think?
titles.
Do you think Corona's gonna show up in the next one? Probably.
My favorite villain. My favorite recurring villain of the series.
You're beer?
Okay.
Yes, beer. The beer.
But yes,
I
we were
got the
working on a
joke.
lot of things, a lot of characters, but I feel like rather than making a new character every stream, it's time to learn some new techniques. And that is what we are going to pursue today. I'm taking a long time to do it because I'm talking to these folks. These fine, wonderful people, my friends, who I love.
Loser.
Yeah, we're just gonna start with something simple. So I made these two different
I
things.
still haven't beat Ansem. I just realized that my PS4 is still in sleep mode.
Oh, well, you'll eventually kill him, I'm assuming. He's not that hard.
It's one of the it's not that hard. It's just long, and it's like every time I think about doing it, it's like I can't be bothered. I don't know why. It's not hard. It's just so boring that I don't have a drive to finish it.
Return
It
to
also doesn't help that I
darkness.
know what happens.
Open your heart to darkness. Please, won't you? Candy Graham, it's darkness. Would you like to open your heart to some today? Would you like some
Light.
cheese? I don't like the light because, well, I've been sleeping a lot and I've had my curtains drawn, and whenever I open my window, it burns my retinas. So, please don't turn on the
Ansem's
light.
a neat.
My favorite play is Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Oh
Very
no.
good. Very
Don't
good.
be that
A
wrong.
lot of people got hurt, so that's what I liked about it.
Oh no.
I'm pretty chaotic
Spider-Man
myself.
What? Do you remember any songs from that play? Because I don't.
Not a single one, because I haven't looked them up, and I don't care to. What is happening?
Also, hi.
Hello.
Also, hi guys.
Hey.
I've decided to just kind of shut its face off, so that it just kind of cut my stream off
Oh
on
no!
ceremony. But that's okay.
How'd it go though? How was the stream?
It was good. I mean, like, it was Cryo and Rocco, so they were there. It was nice. I was just basically talking about, like, I basically showed Rocco, like, basically the last thing that I showed after my laptop, before my laptop, like, decided to just kamikaze itself,
Oh no.
was, what is it? I was showing my Raponic picture.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a
Oh
wild
boy.
blast from the past.
Yeah.
That is.
I love it. Oh.
I just
I
love
think-
the image of Sonic and Rapunzel's dressed with really long hair quills.
Oh, I see that Silver already left.
Well, he said he'd be popping in and out. He's
Oh, okay.
Here. I'm
let's-
thinking like.
By the way, we are streaming live, so be careful.
When are we gonna get a Ty the Tasmanian Tiger film?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's more on Chrome's end of things,
No,
but
it's not.
sure.
All right, you guys, it's the moment of truth. What sort of models does Substance Painter like ingesting? Probably regular ones, so I'm thinking FBX should be good enough, I think. I don't know if there's any other
Okay, so-
preparation. Oopsie.
Everybody,
What the heck is happening?
everybody here. What Sonic game would you want to see a remaster of? Like a remastered, maybe upgraded port, not like a remake, but like an upgraded, remastered, like port of a game. Thinking about Sonic Colors, like
Exports.
if you could have one game like that, which one would you choose?
I don't know.
Oh, my streamer mode is still in it.
Sonic
Well, I'm not
Colors.
streaming anymore.
I want Sonic 3.
Sonic the Hedgehog 100%. Sonic the Sonic.
Sonic 4 remastered.
Metal Gear Sonic. The Phantom
I can't wait.
The Phantom Ruby. Holy crap, I missed out on that option. Oops. Oh, great.
That's Shadow.
Sonic Battle, says Starlit Sky. GBA. With characters, what Sonic shorts and sleeves? Wait.
Also, I'm not here. Alright,
Where's
Starlight, you're not
the
here. Don't worry
best
about it. It's a
Position
secret.
to place the bones at hips, thighs, shoulder, and arms. Turn to darkness. It's very dusty in there. With characters with shorts and sleeves. That's an interesting question, Tails and Liqueur. So typically, what I do with those kinds of characters, well, in this case, I didn't make this rig, but you want to put the arm joints, especially the upper arm, at about the point where the shoulder bends. For a character like this, is basically a stick figure. These bones are a little bit hard to sort out because of where they actually are. Let's just do some things here. Put it in front, and there's a lot of bones in this boy, but if you just ignore that for the time being, that's off. Turn all the guiding bones off. That's what
So, like, Starlight, I know you're not here, but what do you think about just Fury?
Alright,
Hello?
let me just go ahead and get on that VPL.
You can do whatever you want. You don't have to get on the VPL, but it's much appreciated. Y-axis.
BPL?
VPL.
Like, I was talking to Rocket Pow. About this a bunch last night, but freaking Bowser's Fury is great.
But around
You need
in
to play
there.
it.
Sure, great. It's not like I don't agree with you or anything like that, but I am not focused on that at the moment. It was fun when I was playing it, and I do have to say, it gets full marks from me.
Nintendo could release anything Mario related, and it'll probably be really good.
As long as it's not bad, sure. Sonic Shuffle is automatically the #1 choice / any other option is going straight to hell. Okay. Well, that is one Sonic's opinion. Yeah, but anyway, it's around here. It's hard for me to show. Let me bring up another model, because this may not be just open. Yes, or save, whatever. Don't save. We'll do save, because I need to save some of that, but...
What's the problem?
What's what problem?
Are you having like a problem exporting it?
No. I've exported the object that I wanted to export already. I wanted to show a viewer what I meant by something about character, like where to put certain bones, because they were asking about it. So let me find, I guess, well, any number of these would work, actually. Let's bring up Blaze the Cat, shall we? Let's bring up my Blaze the Cat model. I don't think I've ever opened Blaze the Cat in 2.8, so this is going to be a problem, probably. Alright. This is an old model that I made a gajillion years ago, and I recorded the production of, but never, ever got around to making the tutorial video, and now the way I made her is not how I would make a model, so it's irrelevant. Welcome to my life, y'all. Anyway, let's take a look at something here.
Your life's not irrelevant, Rodolix. You're very relevant.
Didn't
Always
say my
upstate
life
your
was
hip.
irrelevant, it just said that this would be irrelevant, whatever. Okay,
Well, you're hip.
please, whenever you're ready. I don't know why in the world I didn't put masks on her arms to make them not visible. Did I not know about that at the time? It's so weird. Anyway, we'll move this over to FK mode here. Now, Blaze does not wear short sleeves, or shorts, for that matter. Honestly, I'm guessing about this
Does he wear-
bodysuit.
Does he wear pants?
Don't know. Have no idea how Blaze's clothes work. Haven't looked into it. But, let's see here. You can, what I do here, do this so it's visible, bring these to the front. is I typically put the part of the arm bone, the armature that actually deforms the upper arm, which is this bone right here, I think.
That is weird.
I put
I've
that.
never seen Blaze without like the dress and everything.
Oh, yeah,
That is weird.
coat.
Well, this is like Redo's interpretation of it.
Yeah, I have no
think
idea
it
what she
works.
looks like without it, but I just sort of threw this together. Anyway, because they've never shown her wearing anything other than what she
Cool,
normally wears.
actually. That's like blazing casual clothes.
People have
Like,
done
like,
Oh, that reminds me. I need to check my laundry. I'll be right
it
back.
looks like he's
Do it.
ready. Not necessarily I mean, kind of casual. It looks like a workout outfit.
Looks like she just got home from a long day of being the queen or princess, and now she wants to take a nap, a cat nap. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see where the weight painting sort of it becomes weaker. It goes from 1 very close to 0 towards the shoulders there,
Yeah.
and that's how I typically do that sort of thing. If your character's arms, this is important to remember, are not connected to the trunk or to the shoulder at all, then don't worry about this. You can just have the arm under the complete control of the armor. Wow, upper arm part of the arm under the complete control or influence rather of the upper arm bone, and you don't have to worry about it. But since these are connected, you do see that there's a little bit of bending here in the armpit area. I've decided that I'm okay with that, more or less. It's not optimal though, but Blaze had a very, it was a very simple type of thing I was doing there. Turn off the weight painting back to object mode. Turn the rig back on. This is also one of my older rigs and all that kind of stuff. This is still how I kind of do them. Like, for the game project, we're working with a different type of rig setup. But this is something that I came up with sort of from YouTube tutorials and whatnot. Does that answer that question for you? I hope it does, because EDK. But yeah, this is my Blaze. I haven't worked with Blaze in a long time. I
Yeah.
made this model. I
I'm
haven't
thinking
made
like
any renders with her.
what does being princess?
What are you asking me?
No, I'm saying what does being princess even mean? What does being princess even mean in the soul dimension? Like, she just beats people up and like, what does she run? Does she do anything? Is there a government?
Yeah, assumedly. There's presumably some form of government, and she's the princess of it. Now, where is the king and queen?
Blaze doing like
You could
paperwork.
ask that same question of Sally Acorn. They don't have parents. They just are the princess, and don't worry about it. This is my older setup. This is not the UV warping that I would.
Wait,
come
did
to
Sally
do.
not have like a missing father or something?
She does have a. She did have a missing
Wait,
father.
in-
But he
in-
wasn't like in most of
That
the
AM
show.
didn't Sally have like a missing? Yeah.
She did. He was, but he was gone. And she didn't know where he was. All these things need to be fixed.
Oh, thighs and hips next, says Tails.
Thighs and hips next. Now, my question, when you say that, because she got thighs and hips here. But let's go to a character that has shorts
All of your
on.
characters.
And typically, I start at where the actual leg starts. I don't know if Blaze is the best example of that. Because, also, look at those textures. They are not full. There's, like, missing, it's kind of gray there because they didn't fully color that in. Anyway, apparently this is the Talk About Models stream, which I'm fine with doing. So, okay. So the way I have her set up, these are her legs, whatever. This little line here is a seam that I just made for where, her leg would end and how I could texture it in, blah, blah, blah. That's all for texturing. I have her thigh end here. I mean, her upper thigh in right around here where her waist is, because the way Blender, like this preset rig, is just, it got hips and it's got legs. There's not a lot of this old one. This version of it is the Rigify rig. It doesn't have a lot of places to do a lot of things. And when I say places to do things, what I mean is it doesn't have a lot of bones that you can manipulate. It goes straight from hips to legs, whereas like there would be a little bit more in real life, but this was like a simplified rig thing that they did. Anyway, you keep it down in the leg where you want this, so that when you bend it, I don't have a leg switch for this, but let's do this real quick. Let's grab this and move that, and just move them forward. So you can see her leg horribly deforming. Let's do something here real with the thing there, and let's make this wireframe so you can see through it. Or actually, you know what would be easier if I got rid of shapes altogether. There we go. All right, so you can see more of what's going on with her leg here. So this is why I do it, so that when you bend her leg up, you don't pull down parts of her waist. You're only messing around with her leg. And when you go over here to weight paint mode, you can see how much influence it has. You try to keep that influence right there around the, just around where the kind of the inseam of the pants there, and the back of her leg and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't go up too high, because if it goes up too high, then you got like a problem where it's controlling too many things, or it's pulling on things that wouldn't necessarily move when you moved your leg. Imagine this as being a person's body. This is always what you want to do. Imagine if you were to move your leg, how much would that move your upper torso? Not very much, right? Not a whole lot of it. Think about the muscles in your leg. Think about how those things can come together. And that's kind of where I would start. This is the hips. And as you can see, it's basically everything. The hips is basically.
No, I'm saying, are none of her like little like cuff like?
What are you asking?
Fur things like. Saying, are any of her like fur cuff? Are any of her like fur cuff like fluff things like? Are those like? Like it looks like there's like holes in them. Are they not closed?
No, they are closed. That's a texture. So, to answer your question, Cryo, these look like they're not, but they are actually. This is like a feather texture I made. Yeah, I made these textures. I thought I got it from somewhere. No, I just made these like kind of, these little like kind of like a little wispy looking texture, and they're kind of supposed to be in the shape of a feather. And when you look at them in cycles mode, it's so it's gonna make my my thing is gonna tank now when I do this, but you're gonna see what I mean in a moment. But if you look at it, once it settles, you see that it kind of like it's transparent. Do you see that, Cryo? You see what I mean, Cryo?
Oh.
Is Cryo still here? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. I paused the render because anytime I go into cycles render, it slows down my computer's processing.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Yes. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I'm in here.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I can't hear you.
Oh, I don't know why you can't hear me, Cryo. It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
Hang on. Oh, I see the backward lights. Hang on. Let me just read this comment. Bones. Okay. I see the backwards light splits. Indeed. Oh, how it bend backwards. Are you asking me how to make it bend backwards? What do you mean by that? Make what bend backwards? You want it to bend the leg backwards? Because I can do that.
The leg or the knee or like...
Oh, right. So, because I built Blaze the way I did, she doesn't have any FK controls over her leg bones. So, in order to make her leg bend backwards, I have this whole thing IK, so my mistake when I made this. But anyway, I'm just going to grab the foot bone that I have down here, this base foot bone, and move it. And you basically have to, like, move it into position. And
How old is this model?
this model was built, I think, in 2018 or finished in 2018, like near the end of 2018 or the beginning of it. I don't remember. I remember releasing this model to the public a long time ago. But yeah, it really is inconvenient to work with. Look at that. And also the way it's weighted is kind of lame because no one's leg does that when
Yes.
you turn it.
She has no butt.
No, she doesn't. But you know what? This wasn't about her having a anatomically, well, anthropomorphically correct human physique. But
Why does it?
if I had to do it
No.
again, I would do it
You
different because that's not great looking. So yeah, so this is not the best example. Let's go to, in fact, let's go to my, what's her name? Clara, real quick. Yeah, don't save any of that. That was none of it any good. Because I think I gave Clara FKIK
Can you
switcher for her
only?
legs.
Can you?
No, I didn't.
Can you only open one file at a time?
I can have multiple files open at a time because I'm sharing my thing, but I just don't want to have multiple files open at a time. It's a preference thing. I guess I can compare them. So let me do. I don't know. Well, what do I have that's like? Let's open up
That
my Tails model.
T-pose.
Let's open that because that actually has what I'm talking about. Actually, any one of my more recent models would. Let me just go to open, and we're gonna open up Tales of Adventure Armada, casting characters, Tails player character. Which one is the one that I want to use? Excuse me, that was really bad sounding. References Eggman. Don't know why I have him in here. Material update. V5 blend. I don't know which one is the one. Let's open this and see what happens. Alright.
It's Tails.
It's Tails! What's up with my materials? Where are they at? Oh, okay. They're just slowly
Is there
popping
like a
in.
delay between like when you hear us say something, or like what?
No, there's not a delay.
Okay. I just thought there was for a minute.
You know, if you don't hear me say anything to what you said, I might just be ignoring you. I'm kidding. This is some version of Tails that I didn't fix the tail textures on, and we're not using it for anything.
Ew.
But don't worry about it. Rotate along the x-axis, because there is like a better one. All right. So let's illustrate some of that stuff I was talking about. I'm gonna turn on the
What is happening with those? What is that? Like those weird Tails texture things?
It means the UVs aren't lined up with the texture properly. Anyway. In fact, I don't want to use this one. Let's see if I can. Don't save. I have a better one. I know I do. I just don't know where it is. In fact, there was one for. I know there was actually. Miles per hour. They ain't about to find nothing
Miles
there.
per hour.
Animation. Miles per hour. Yeah, this is all very old stuff.
Sorry to distract you, says Tails.
Oh. I mean, how the butt. I mean, how the butt should bend. Sorry to distract you. Well, that's a matter of weight painting, and all that kind of stuff. You know, you might end up with a lot of different things. It's really the word I'm looking for is a trial and error process, because I've yet to attain great weight painting practices. I'm getting better at it, obviously. It's just it's a lot. Is there oh I know why. It should be in promos, shouldn't it? Casting characters, no, it should be in. Excuse me. Promos? Scenes. Yes, Tails. This is the one. This is the Tails rig for. Come on, baby. There it is. That special texture set up by our good friend Nico. Right. little bit too rustic. We're going to work on that. But this is more or less the rig that I was talking about. And I'm going to show you shapes. No, turn off the shapes. Bring it to the front. Here you can see his legs. Move these over real quick. So we're going to move into FK. Grab X. So now that you've got FK, which is what you should always want to control legs when walking, but maybe not. I don't know. Rotate along the X-axis here. That is not. That is the X-axis, but we're in gimbal mode. I forgot. X, like that. Let's move his tail out of the way here. Shrink them so you don't have to see that. Yeah, so here's his leg. Boom. That's great. Tail on the X-axis.
Oh, that is nasty.
A little bit. If that's what you're looking at, like you're looking to do the splits with the character, you'll definitely want to have FK control. Not a lot of my models do, unfortunately, and like the earlier ones don't. X again.
This tail is gonna run in our game.
Oh, this is the the hip joint. And of course, because without foot joint, like without the IK, it really just pitches the character.
Tails is like, I'm a plane. Woo!
No, he's not a plane. Oh right, that's on. That's still IK mode, which might make it easier to do this.
The tail's getting ready for takeoff.
Delta wing formation, go Tails! What the heck was that? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now Tails, the fastest Naruto runner in the Wild West. Whatever.
Why did his tails have to shrink?
For aerodynamic profile, also. That was just to move them out of the way so people can see what I'm doing. Does that help at all? Okay. Maybe it doesn't. This is... I'll stay. There we go. Now his tails are back. to normal size. Tails in the Mach Speed section. Look at how cool he is. Bet you think I'm cool now, don't you, son?
Dead-eyed and... Brown tails.
Get that face looking a little bit more mean. Yeah, grab that on the Z-axis.
I mean, if you really want to go to make it like he's putting a lot of effort into the run, he should probably lean over more and then tilt his head up.
Maybe that is it. There's one thing about the whole neck and head thing. You want to move the head up a little bit. Like. Bring that back. There we go. Why are you hating? I'm gonna need you to stop.
I'm gonna get you.
Someone forgot to texture the inside of his mouth, it seems. Less of a smile. Oh, crap. Is there a freaking lip on there? Maybe we'll bring it back a little bit.
You know, that air rushing into Tails' mouth, like hitting his teeth.
Yeah, that's why you call it a grill. That's too good. Thank you for showing me. Alright, well, I'm glad to have helped. Some way.
I don't know what it is about Tails' cheeks, but they disturb me.
No, that's fine. I don't know what it is either. Why are you hating on his cheeks, bro? I ain't hating on his cheeks. I'm just saying I'm disturbed.
I think it's like I think it's like a mix of like the tiny nose and like the really big, almost like Muppet-like mouth.
You know, we call this a variable productivity live stream, but I'm actually not accomplishing anything right now, which is interesting. No.
You're making this.
Okay, sure. And if you could define what the heck this is even supposed to be right now. No, but you are making it, sure.
It's the running Tails.
Tails running wild. Anyway.
I'm gonna get you, Sonic. I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, Sonic. I'm gonna make
No,
you wish you
the
weren't
I'm gonna
born.
get you would have Tails. The I'm gonna get you would have Tails' arms like move up and he'd get like grabby hands. He'd be reaching out.
I'm gonna get you. Wow. Okay. I'm becoming frustrated just dealing with this thing. I'm not gonna bother with it anymore. Buys it. Okay. So let's go to import resources. Let's see if this works. Or I have to do something else entirely. Probably should look at some freaking tutorials about how to bring models in, but let's try it anyway. NPCs, the battle birds, shout. Wow, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything today. Oh boy, I'll eat later. The stream was supposed to last for 2 hours.
Nothing today,
so
dude.
Huh?
You haven't eaten anything today, dude? What about breakfast?
No. Well, technically breakfast is whatever you eat first, so that will be breakfast later. Doing my intermittent fasting thing, trying to lose that extra me, if you know what I mean. Where's my reference? No, I don't want textures. Oh, then this is not what I want. That's not it then. Edit mode.
Is like intermittent fasting like actually healthy though? Because like it sounds so unhealthy.
So the question here, why would it be unhealthy? Think about it like this, right? You're just not eating for a certain number of hours in the day. That's not unhealthy. That's what you usually do. If you just spend your entire day eating, that is unhealthy. So if I just take 16 hours of my day where I'm not eating,
like, I'm thinking like, oh, like you. Isn't it like how does it work then? It's like, you know, you don't eat like how does it work?
Well, you eat for a certain window of time during the day. Say 8 hours of the day that you can eat, whatever. Don't eat a lot, obviously, because you're trying to lose weight in the first place. And then for the remaining 16 hours of the day, you don't eat. You don't eat anything. And like that could be when you're on your way home from work or something like that. You come home and you just
That just sounds like a normal day because you usually like eat like 3 meals within like 10 hours.
Well, that's if you do that, because a lot of people don't. Like a lot of people like myself, I don't have set meal times. I just sort of eat whenever I felt like eating something, and that was the problem. It's largely a discipline, like a self-disciplinary thing, where you just sort of like, I'm not going to eat right now. I'll wait until the morning, where I'm going to be active. I'm going to be doing stuff to burn calories and that kind of stuff, and that is when I'm going to eat, instead of just sort of, you know, constantly consuming all day. So that is the purpose of intermittent fasting.
Right.
So like, it's not something I'm doing. I'm not out here trying to like just starving myself. I'm just not eating during a certain part of the day, and I do way less than I did when I started. Like maybe that's just a general losing weight and gaining weight cycle, but I've also been eating healthier, been eating less sugar, except for when I buy these freaking ice cream bars. Have you had the ice cream Twix cookies and cream? It's addictive.
Oh, they're so good.
They are ridiculous. Someone should really stop me from having money, because I buy them whenever I get a chance to now, and it's not good. Because they're just so good. Anyway.
I like to imagine. I just imagine you roll into his house. Got like all this healthy foods, lots of greens, lots of real good, like all this kind of stuff. Real good diet, looks great, eats a lot of healthy shit. But then like goes into his fridge, there's like a stack. Like a massive freezer. Just a whole bunch of like freaking Twix bars.
I mean, it's just, they're delicious, and I had one, and I was like, I need to make sure that I have like, because I sometimes get a sweet tooth. I want something sweet. This is exactly the thing. Like, it's perfect for that. I just need to regulate my intake of these things.
Well, you got a sweet tooth, eat an apple. It's not the same, bro.
I mean, sure, apples are delicious. I like myself a good apple. Favorite apple's green, second favorite's Gala. But when I just want pure sugar with no possible, like not even an attempt at being healthy, frozen Twix. Ice cream Twix bar. Yeah, so I just don't even want to have any pretense. What am I doing? How do I bring
What
the
about
object
like
down?
what about like carbs and stuff like that? Like any other like junk foods like chips or like
I don't like chips
anything
that much.
else?
Like, I don't really eat a lot of junk food. And I'm not trying to say that like to be all special. I just don't like the way those things taste. I never feel like I'm getting anything. I would much rather have just like, if I got junk food, I go to like KFC or something, get some fried chicken, which isn't technically junk food, but it's more substantive. It feels more substantive than those things. When I eat sweets, that I love, I like those biscuits that they make at KFC. Put some honey on that.
Yeah.
That's delicious. But when it comes to junk foods,
Actually,
I don't even eat candy
thinking
bars
about,
like that.
thinking about like what is it? Thinking about KFC, isn't there like a plant kind of like meat thing that they're doing? What is it? What is that?
What do you mean?
Like some sort of like meat plant? Like it's a plant, but it tastes like meat or chicken.
Oh, Beyond
It tastes
Burger.
like chicken.
So I don't know about that, but I know that there are some companies that do that, like the Beyond Burger or the what's it called? The
Impossible Whopper.
Impossible Whopper. The Impossible Whopper is not bad. It's just a little. It's not bad. I don't eat a lot of it, but it's like it's not a bad thing. Open this. Will this work? I clicked on
It
it.
does really suck how vegan and vegetarian like foods are very like expensive.
It
Unfortunate.
does. Oh my goodness! I was looking at the prices for the Impossible Burger or something like that at the store. It's like $15 for 2 patties. I'm like, who?
Yeah, like what?
What are you talking about? This is the reason no one's buying it. It's because it's expensive.
It's so hard to eat. It is hard to eat healthy because of course it is, because unhealthy food is what makes the most money.
Like, sure, some foods, if you make them yourselves, are very cheap. Like, rice is not that expensive. Neither is most of the vegetables in the aisle. And especially if you have WIC or something like that, no problem. Hey, also when you eat late, you go to sleep, your body just builds and stores fat. That's true. It's like hibernation, like you're a bear. But that's the thing. So like, you want to eat healthy. Oftentimes you will have to make it yourself. Like, you'll have to go and get all the ingredients, which, fair enough. Like, that's how you usually make food. And I really got tired of eating chicken all the time, so I've been buying fish. just because I wanted something different. And also,
This is-
I feel
yeah,
like
this
even
is
though
good,
I
like-
have the place to cook a steak, I don't want a steak most of the time.
Oh, you don't want to cook a steak, man. I like steak is great. You cook that stuff in onions. Oh
No, I am on board with steak. Steak and me, we ain't got no beef. But the no, keep it going. But the it's just they are expensive, and then I'm all like, it's just me eating the steak, and also like I didn't have an oven for the longest time. I recently, when I moved into my new place, I have like space to cook stuff now, like an oven and a full range. A stove, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do with all this. I mean, I've been cooking a lot of stuff in my in my air fryer just because I'm used to using it. Like,
yeah.
Used to the small, compact stuff. Also, it gets hot faster. And
Right.
I turned on my oven one time. I tried to cook some fish in it or something, and it just took forever. I must have done something wrong because it didn't cook anything. And I'm like, what is happening? Am I supposed to wait longer? Screw that. I'm going to put it in my air fryer. It's faster. I don't have time to wait for you to get hot. You said 350 degrees. How come it's not hot enough? I've become impatient. So I have a hot water boiler. I have a rice cooker and all that kind of stuff because I don't want to have to remember how to cook rice. I just want to put it in the thing and let it cook itself.
I'm thinking like, what are you with like when it comes to like seafood and stuff like that? Like you said, fish. Like, what's your preferred seafood?
Preferred seafood. I do like sushi a lot, so I do appreciate tuna. But tuna is very expensive when you buy it by itself, and I have no idea how to cook it. I mean, I know how to cook it. You put it in there, you burn it. But what are good recipes for it? I don't know any. Honestly, my first experience with tuna was in a can, and I thought that's what all tuna tasted like until I had sushi for the first time. I'm like, what have I been eating? What is tuna? Why is it like the way it has been? But, you know, I learned. And so I think my favorite seafood is sushi. I like tuna rolls. Spicy tuna rolls, my favorite. Anything with spicy on it. But
Sushi is one of those foods where it's like you're kind of cheating because there's like so much variation, but that's part of the fun.
that's the joy of sushi. It's got all the fish in it.
Yeah.
You want to have some shrimp? It's in sushi. You want to have some squid or something? But you wouldn't buy it by itself. Eat it with sushi. Also, there's nowhere for you to buy it because you live in America. And maybe if you go to a Korean store, they have some. But
Yeah, right.
really, they don't.
You're not gonna go to like
Specialty store.
what? You're not gonna find squid
It's
normally.
just not on the menu here.
Really
You
readily.
might get lobster at your local store, you know? But,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just thinking about that now.
Well, like, what about like rabbit and stuff? I've never actually eaten rabbit.
Ooh, yeah, that's not even a thing. Think about it. They don't do that with rabbits. They mass produce chickens and all that kind of stuff, but I can't imagine the place on earth that wouldn't just be broken into by animal rights activists and people who like rabbits in general if they just had a factory farm for rabbits. I don't think we could. It just wouldn't
It's
be a
kind
thing.
of interesting though how like we don't think about chickens though, but like rabbits seem like, oh, that's too much.
Right. And chickens are cute in their own way, in their own doe-eyed, stupid bird way, you know?
Is it because they look dumber? Is that why we
It's
don't
because
care?
they're not mammals, but they eat pigs all the time. I don't know, man. It's like our food preferences here in this country are entirely arbitrary and mostly based on, you know, our culture and historical availability. If it was the case that people ate more dogs or more rabbits or more ducks, then those would be the things that we had in our supermarket. It really doesn't matter to like anybody, but it's just like, oh, you eat that? That's weird. It's like, well, yeah, I eat that, but you eat freaking
Yeah, like, eat
pig's
frog.
feet or chicken feet. What's wrong with you? I don't know, man. It tastes delicious. I have never had pig feet. I won't because I heard pigs poop through here. Anyway, let me go ahead and this is
You're
not
able to
working.
eat, like,
Whatever this
you're
is,
able to eat
not doing it.
You're able to eat chicken periods perfectly fine.
Yeah, because I mean, whatever, man. It's bird. It's bird. It's not like it was gonna become a chicken, not unless it was fertilized. And those, you get those sometimes too. I think my we had neighbors that actually gave us some
From
eggs.
experience?
Yeah, actually, neighbors back like when I was younger, we had neighbors that they had their own little chicken coop, and they would offer us eggs sometimes, and we'd get those eggs. We would gratefully receive them, but sometimes those eggs had been fertilized, and we'd open them up, and there's a chicken there. I'm like, oh!
Oh, that's nasty.
Hey, now. I got more than I bargained for. I didn't want to... what am I going to do with that? But, yeah, so
How do you
otherwise...
miss that? Like,
Well, you
I
can't
guess it
tell
might
that
be
an egg's
easy.
been... Well, actually, you can tell that an egg's been fertilized, I guess, if you're a farmer. But can you? Let me look this up, actually. Now I'm curious. Can you... Because they look the same, right? Can you
yeah,
tell a fertilized...
brown or white shell.
No, it's just the color of the egg.
Yeah, I know.
How can you tell a fertilized chicken egg? When you open it up and there's a chicken inside. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Stupid.
How can I tell if my chicken eggs are fertilized without cracking them? How to tell if a chicken is okay. Recent got this question. Okay, so first we'll talk about the birds. And, okay, I don't need to know everything. What are the signs? Hello? No.
Yeah.
I thought there was some. For a hot second, I thought Nebs was in the chat. I'm like, how did he get in here?
That was me.
The oldest and easiest way to tell if an egg is fertilized is candling the egg. It is literally holding the egg to a lit candle, not to warm it, but in order to see inside of the egg. You can use a very bright, small flashlight. If the egg appears opaque, it's probably a fertilized egg. By opaque, I mean you can't really see through the egg. It's much cloudier than all the other eggs. Alright, well. Just because an egg is fertile doesn't mean it's a chicken. Anyway, this little bit of learning has been brought to you by I was curious, so I looked it up. Let's go ahead and move on to this thing that I was trying to do.
Like, and now Rodos will keep this in mind every single time he buys egg from the store. Just like, all right,
No,
let's
I
get
won't.
the light out.
I know for certain. I don't know for certain, but I guess pretty accurately that most of the factory farm eggs are not fertilized because chickens will produce eggs for their whole life practically without having them fertilized. Like you said before, they are the menstruations of a chicken, so they just come out as long as the chicken is old enough to have eggs and
Yeah.
lay eggs. There is no condition for which the egg, like the chicken, won't lay an egg. I think the only thing they keep them from doing at the factory farm, besides moving, obviously, unfortunately, is the they don't let them get broody. And broody hens will just sort of sit on their eggs and they won't let anyone take them. They'll just be like, no, you don't take my eggs. And then chickens can get stuck in that habit for their entire lives, and birds are weird. But what was I doing? Oh yeah. I wanna open something. How do I?
I mean, I guess they just assume that, oh, I laid an egg. This is my child now.
I don't know. I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna sit on this thing, even if it never hatches. Because yeah, they were showing like I'm watching some videos about broody hens with just sitting on top of like golf balls and stuff because they're dumb. But who's mine? This is my egg. Ping pong ball. That's me. That's my baby. Calm down. You're insane and a bird. I guess it's not your fault. Let me look up some freaking tutorials on how to bring a model into Substance Painter, because I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I will remember. I always remember that story that I still can't believe is actually real, where like you get like you go to like McDonald's or something, their actual like fried chicken head. Like it sounds so fake, but it actually can happen. I don't know how.
Oh.
You know, like McDonald's and crap like that, you get like those chicken nuggets or whatever. I think one time there was like legit somebody who had like a fried chicken head. A chicken nugget. I don't know how that happened,
So,
but it
if you're in
did,
the
and it's
attributes
weird.
and you click this this right button to go to the output connections, you see now that we are able to see the shading group.
Chickens are weird with Rodolix too.
Yeah, things that are weird with Rodolus. I mean, that's not what the stream was supposed to be about, but then I let everyone in it, and this is what happens. It's my fault, y'all.
What else is weird?
What else
Besides,
is
like,
weird?
Chickens. What
Besides
else is weird?
chickens?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Roosters? No.
Roosters are interesting. They've got little spurs on their feet that help them fight each other over chickens. I mean, over hens, I suppose, is the actual term. Katom's not here with his obvious joke. That's good. Let's see here.
It's like, is chicken like the gender neutral thing? I thought chickens were just female.
Chickens are female, but also they're known as hens specifically. Like, I think chicken is just the name of it. Actually, let me look this up because now I don't want to lie.
Isn't it like you got like? Isn't it like a hen is a chicken, a rooster is a cock? Is that how that works?
Definition. I don't think that's exactly how it works. Chicken, a domestic fowl, known to keep its kept for its eggs and meat, especially a young one. Chicken versus hen versus rooster. Roosters are chickens too, so that question won't help. Question won't help much. Most people mean hen when they say chicken. Hen means female. Rooster means male. A male chicken is considered a cockerel before 1 year of age. Okay, interesting.
Only before 1 year? Okay.
Apparently. So they're all chickens. Roosters are male. Hens are female. Which would make sense because when you hear about a peacock, you're talking about the male of the species. They're called peafowl. Peahens are female. But we look at the peacock because it has the big feathers, and that's what everyone cares about. Peahens look basic as heck.
They're still boring.
It's boring and like typically gender dimorphism is interesting with birds because they're typically like the males are more elaborate and special looking, where the females are like, hey, I'm just sort of like grayish brown all the time, but I'm like that so that the predators can't come and find me. So good luck with that plumage, bro. You're about to get eaten. One of their top predators for peafowl is actually tigers.
Pretty for ladies. Well, you look pretty for
dinner. The Bengal tiger goes around and hunts peacocks and peafowl. And people are like, oh man, you see why the peacock struck and it can't fly? Well, actually, peacocks can fly, even with those big feathers. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in
fly?
it. Yes, they can. They probably don't fly as fast.
I need to see that. Hold up.
Anyway, this has been a long, drawn-out conversation. Let's see what people are saying in the chat, if anything.
We're talking about birds. Armada never change.
I mean, that's what we're all about here at the Armada. The conversation will invariably return to birds. That's what we're about here. Shelf.
So where's our peacock NPC?
Well, actually, funny you should mention that. We do have one in the works.
Oh, do we?
Boboba. He's a peacock.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't revealed Boboba to the masses yet, but we are working on a character that will be sort of like an NPC that gets like a mission giver type guy. His name is Boboba. And why he's called Boboba is not going to be explained here, but later maybe, once we remember. I remember, but I'm not going to say it. Because I want to kind of hold on to the mystery there. I didn't realize it was like Mickey's in my eyes.
Mickey. Did you just say there are Mickeys in my eyes?
Yes, I did say that. I just need to know how. This is probably not even hard to do. It's just I don't know.
Wait, is that another word for like that crap that gets into your eyes?
That's what my
Mickeys,
parents would call
really?
them. They call them Mickeys.
Why?
Because that's what
I've never
parents
heard
do.
that.
They make up words, and then they tell you that's what they're called, and then you just believe them because you have no context. You're a child, and it doesn't matter. I've been calling them Mickeys for years. I haven't really said that word out loud in a while, but like, I mean, shoot. There's just, I don't know. I know it has a word, like a term for it. It's probably like some scientific terms like tear duct ejecta or something like that. Something nasty sounding. And I won't use it. eye crumbs, nasty
Crust.
eye poop.
I
I've heard that.
think like you got like Sandman, I guess.
Sand. Yeah, the Sandman's garbage disposal. I don't know. Open.
Like, all right, legit. I'm thinking about Rise of the Guardians right now. Like Easter Bunny, yeah, gives you candy. Santa, he's got presents and stuff. Sandman, he's putting in your eyes.
He puts sand in your eyes and makes you fall asleep. That's how that works.
Thanks.
Haven't
Is
you
that
ever
how
gotten
that
sand in your eyes and your first instinct is to relax and go to sleep? Like,
No, because normally when I have sand in my eyes, it's like when I get up in the morning. So it's like I associate that with waking up.
oh no, I was saying like, when some like you've never been on the playground, someone threw sand in your eyes. That's what I'm talking about. It hurts because it's sand in your eyes. That's my context for sand in the eyes. So I always thought the Sandman was like a threat. He's coming in here trying to put that stuff in my eyes. Like, you better go to sleep. The Sandman gonna come after you. Like, no, thanks. Me and the Sandman are gonna have words and then throw hands, and I might just have to become the next Sand. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm gonna work on something else. I'm gonna open up freaking.
It's like the Sandman
Come
is
back
the title
later.
given to those who killed the previous Sand.
Yeah, it's like the Highlander. There can only be one, and you gotta kill the other one. You know, like it typically works.
We had a music.
No, that thing had at least 2 hours, and this stream is gonna be about 2 hours long, which means it's almost over. But I was gonna work on trying to color in the thing, but that's gonna be more difficult than I thought because I need to do some research on how to put models into Substance Painter. Otherwise, I wasted $120 at the beginning of this year.
No,
We'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
you could have used that to buy a PlayStation 5. You couldn't.
I could have used that to put a down payment on a thing that I can't buy because it doesn't exist. You know, there's no such thing as PlayStation.
Yeah, right. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. No
Maybe in
new-
2023. Maybe.
No new comments. Okay.
Maybe
that's
when we're
good.
halfway through the friggin' console's lifespan.
Oh, that'll be nice. Then all the games will be out, and you can play all of them.
That or none of them will be out because developers are like, why would I want to release that on like
A system that no one's buying. How about we wait for the PS6? Like, no, there's no time. There's not going to be a PS6. We're going to come out with a PlayStation 5 2. Try to recoup that costs. Them costs.
PS5 too? We're going off of Square logic right now.
Yeah, it's very, very square. Don't save. Can't see this. File open. Kingdom Hearts is light. Promo art and comics.
Kingdom Hearts is pretty sick. Not gonna lie, I can't wait to see what Riku does in the Quadratum and how Kairi does nothing off screen
I
again.
bet she's gonna do something now in Kingdom Hearts 4. She's gonna be like, "Hey everybody, I'm Kairi, and I'm here to
It's
say
gonna be like, hey everybody, I'm gonna fight
I
here,"
featured
and then,
prominently
like,
in a DLC and my own game, kind of ish, and now they're ready to have a woman as the main character of a Kingdom Hearts
sort
game.
of.
Kind of. But I will spend most of it sleeping or dead. But I will. It's gonna be my game. It's gonna be Legend of Kairi. But Sora's the character you
I
play
won't be
as.
playable or even be seen in the game much, but like it'll be named after me and I'll be like a part of the story. So it's like I don't have to be there, but you can say I'm important still somehow.
Kairi's a Kairi? Exactly, Sora. That's exactly what I said. You know it. The world knows it.
Kairi's so I want Kairi to be useful, but it's like she doesn't do anything ever really that much.
NPCs. Let's go to.
And when she does do stuff, it's always like off screen or whatever, and then like, or she's dead,
They did a better
or
job, I think.
in
of that.
Sora's heart, or
They'll have
like.
to. They'll have to do better.
Maybe we could get a Kyrie and Aqua game.
Kyrie Aqua. Kyrakwa. Open. There we go.
Kyrie.
There's Scream looking particularly contemplative with her exceptionally long tail. I was talking to Rocket Pal not too long ago, trying to see if we could get some concept art of maybe their wings being like all their arms. Just a thought. I don't want to work on this.
Like, what do you mean?
Like that picture of Techno that I shared where she kind of, her arms are her wings. So instead of it's just being like, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say
You want
like,
her
you
to
know,
have her feathers across the whole arm.
her whole arm and her hands are even featherish. Not like feathery, not like long claws.
Oh,
but
so
like hands
so it's
and
like you
feathers.
want a version of Scream where it's like you want a version of Scream where her arms are her feathers and like her fingers are kind of feathery.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have actual like fingers; it's just feathers. Like, oh, that's
It's
cool.
in the shape of it. It's an idea. I wanted to explore the concept because people were.
I mean, it
talking
would explain
about
how
it. I
they're
was
able to fly, and it would make more sense in the Sonic universe.
and maybe
anatomically.
instead of
Give birth
regular
to
gloves,
purpose.
they've got like biker gloves on, so their fingers can come through. Or maybe they don't wear gloves.
Oh, that's so cool! I love that idea. And it still allows them to like fly, kind of. Ooh.
Just a thought. It's something that I wanted to explore. So I was asking Rocket how to bang up some designs. Maybe he will later on, and then when he does,
I mean,
I
Rock's
can.
here, I think.
Is he here? 'Cause I thought he left. Oh, he is
And
here.
I don't
here.
he's-
Whoa! You've been here this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We must
Surprise.
be really boring today. 'Cause you didn't say nothing. Oh, well. Talking about you like you weren't here. Sorry, man. All right, let's see here. Gonna redo Bird Beaks. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up Brie and get some work done on her before the stream ends. That'll be the productivity because I haven't gotten anything done. This has just been looking at models today. We'll spend maybe 30 more minutes on this. Open. So she
What
doesn't
are
go in.
what are you thinking about when it comes to like those different bird feather hand things?
I'm not sure. It might be a lot of work because we already got the models done. I think we just need to have a design and stick with it.
I wanted to explore the idea.
see
It
that.
wouldn't kill me to make different arms, but I just wanted to see what that might look like. It's really more an exploration of that concept.
Yeah,
We don't have to do that. It's just a thought.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like I feel like you're trying to find a way to make it so that these characters can actually friggin' fly and not have it look dumb.
Well, we could have them fly using jetpacks, but it wouldn't be as cool if they just
Yeah, because
Let
then
them
it's
be
like
able to
they're
fly
birds.
around.
It's like, yeah.
like Tails can fly, and his improbable stupid tails allow him to do that. Anyway,
Yeah, right? You should give the birds a natural reason to fly.
we ain't gotta have no reason. They birds, they fly. That's how it works.
I feel like the
What
only
about
problem.
you?
I feel
Shut
like
up.
the problem that comes up. I feel like the problem that comes up there specifically though is like with Sonic characters and how they're designed. It's like, oh, this character has feather hands, so now it's like, do we have to retroactively do that to every bird character?
Not really, because battle birds have regular bird feet, but Jet Wave and, well, of course, I'm pretty sure that Sonic Team doesn't look at freaking Tails Adventures any kind of canon. They don't care about it. But if they did, then they would have thought about why the Babylon Rogues look so different than those other bird people. None of them could fly
feel
though,
like-
because Speedy was flying on a what's it called, a jetpack.
Jetpack?
Yeah.
I do find it interesting,
Sounds
like in the context of our game, it's like the skies belong to the birds, but it's like, have they ever? Like, do you ever fly? Like, what? How? Why?
Look, man, the skies belong to the birds around the islands that the birds live on, but then nobody goes there, and so they expanded outward and saw that everyone else is just hanging out in the sky. Like, but that's us. We're the birds. We fly, not you. Birds, skies for bird. You on ground. You in hole, fox boy. Anyway, I don't know. Let's just go ahead and say that that particular teaser trailer is extra canonical because whatever we came up with since that thing was written doesn't take it into account. Because honestly, I was just trying to establish a mood for the attitude of the Battlebirds more than anything else.
It was a fake trailer. It was a lie.
It wasn't a lie. We have a lot of... Well, we're not using the same assets. But that big ship is going to stay. We're keeping that. It's not going anywhere. Anyway,
I mean,
that's a little bit inside baseball.
How detailed is that ship, or does it only really work as a faraway object?
Well, it works as an exterior pretty well. It's pretty detailed. If you want to look at it, you can always download it from our drive and take a look at it if you're interested.
I mean, I've seen Lombax stuff. She's pretty almost professional grade, I'd say.
That's actually not Lombax. That was made by Vera.
Oh wow!
I
keep
before
forgetting
he
we have.
joined.
Is it bad that I feel like I forgot that we had other modelers on this project besides you and Lombax?
Not really, because they haven't done anything. But we haven't gotten it done, and maybe haven't made anything for them to do. And I don't want to waste their time by just having them work on stuff that's not.
I mean, do you want to give them stuff to? Because you always say that, but it's like, have you given them things to do, or like, are they doing stuff? Like, what's like that?
I am waiting until there is until such a time. Oh, I know what happened. I know what I did wrong. Until such a time
Like,
as we have something for them to do, which would be like,
I mean,
once we've gotten, because I can't just have them up here making models. They don't. First of all, most of them don't specialize in character models like I do. So they work on like objects and stuff like that. I mean, technically, I shouldn't be making models when you think about it, given the fact that we are sort of working on game design stuff. We're working on trying to make sure that we have a level designer and that kind of stuff, a game designer. That's those things that we're looking for. It would be reckless to have them work on things that we weren't going to use in the game, because that lowers morale. People are like, well, why did I work on this? Why did I bother? Why did you have me do this? I'm mad at you and I'm leaving. That kind of thing. Obviously, the other thing could happen if we're not giving them anything to do, then they'll just leave. But
yeah,
I believe that.
I mean, it's a mix of that and also like. I mean, yeah, right. It's like they don't get anything to do, so they leave. So it feels like, because to them it maybe feels like nothing is happening.
Right, but that is not to say that nothing is happening, and that's why I would like to keep them on sort of on staff. So until then, we're going to continue doing what we've been doing, which is preparing.
And hope they don't move on.
Yeah, and whoever moves on, whatever. We can get more modelers. And not saying that modelers are a dime a dozen, but it's not one of those things that I'm super worried about. Like, that is not, like, I'm not worried about losing characters.
What would you say you are worried about?
Programming. That is my number one concern, always has been, because it's the one thing I can't necessarily do myself.
Do you have a new Coco map yet? That's Mecha.
Mecha from the 80s. Do you have a new Coco map yet? No. Did we talk about making it Coco? Oh, you're talking about for like the level design itself. No, we don't have a new Coco map.
Alright, you were saying that. I was thinking, like, do we have a map of the world? That'd be cool.
It would be nice if we did. That would be great. That would be great. But right now we're I am trying to get some concept art of that though, for world map, speaking of, because I think it would help a little bit with our process. We're currently working on drafts of the story, and we have different ideas about where everything is. So like, I need to get Katon, or one of my lead concept artists, to work on a world map that we could sort of move around the locations. Like, I imagine what would be like almost like a placemat, and then we can just get little circles that represent levels and move them where we think they should go.
Right. Are we thinking like we go like whole hog and make like a map like of the island and like, you know, lay out everything like an actual legit like sort of map kind of deal where you have the locations marked and where they take place and where Tails would be moving throughout the story, like that kind of stuff. Like
I would start with what I'm talking about
kind of
first, just so that we have a basis and we can quibble with each other about where things are going to go. And then when we are done arguing and have like a consensus, we place all that and then we finalize the map. Then we put those more detailed assets in place, if that makes any sense. I think we're talking about the same thing here. That makes sense?
Yeah, I feel like we probably have to make a map at some point because it just
Oh,
it
no,
does
we do.
wonders for world building.
We need a world. We need a lore Bible. We've always needed one. We've been working on character Bible. We've been working on a game design document, but we do need something that is just like, here is basically everything
world.
in our world, and this is how it works, and this is where stuff goes, because this is the type of game we're making. Like for something like, say, Sonic Adventure or whatever, not necessarily important because it wasn't the game where you could choose levels anyway until later. Well, you could. Never mind. That's wrong. Sonic Adventure 2 is the one that didn't matter because it just sort of ran you from one level to the next, and you could choose to go someplace.
Here's
It
the
had
thing.
a
Sonic
map.
Adventure 2 has characters like overlapping in the story and stuff like that, and going from location to location. Like it didn't matter to some extent.
Did?
Yeah.
No, I mean I know
They-
it mattered.
They have
Hmm?
like they have a world map in the world like select screen, and if you look at that world select screen and where levels take place and when they take place in the story, it lines up. Like that is clearly something they paid attention to.
Yeah. Okay. Then exactly that's it. But that's why we're I want to do what we're gonna do here. When we create a world map, we need a world map. No ifs, ands, or buts. Need a world map because without one, nobody knows what
I'm like, yeah, and you have Tails is like chibi icon moving across the screen and go to dots like it's Mario.
Not exactly like that, but sure. We do need.
I mean, hey, it worked for fast travel.
Sure, for fast travel, but I'm talking about like in the actual game.
Okay, how do you imagine like we could justify fast travel in the game? Like the plane?
Yeah, that's been the operative device so far as Tails flies on his plane, and of course the question that came up inevitably, well, how come he doesn't just fly everywhere? Well, the other thing was like, well, the Battlebirds control the airspace, so he can't just fly everywhere. And then we're like, well,
How did they
how did
control
he get to the
airspace,
place in the
though, is
first
my
place?
question.
Hmm?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. What were you?
Hey, I think I'm gonna hop off for today.
All right, well, thanks for
Okay.
stopping by, Rocket. Have a good evening and goodbye.
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 No, we're not leaving, but he's here. Also, Fallen, you're muted in case you don't know. She's been here for a couple minutes,
I
but
think
I'm
she
thinking
knows.
like,
She doesn't want to talk.
what is it?
Too cool.
Listen, man, I don't talk to y'all because I feel like I'm overwhelmed, and I just kind of like.
What?
Overwhelmed? Why do you feel
Overwhelmed?
overwhelmed?
What's overwhelming
Listen.
about us?
I just feel like since it's like I didn't want to be rude or just inject myself into the conversation a lot of the time.
Oh,
You're fine.
be more like me. Inject yourself. Assume everyone wants to hear what you have to say.
You're
Damn.
you're one
You're one of the
of the
folks.
boys, Fallen.
Team.
I am one.
You can be here.
I am one of the team. I just don't do much here because I labeled myself as a storyboard artist, and we don't have anything like fucking scripts I can storyboard half of.
Well,
Or at least anything finalized.
yeah, you could make a storyboard out of anything that we've put out. But if you want to do other things, just let us know. Nobody has one job only. There's things, man. Things are happening, and things might change, and we'll talk about that later off stream. But it's nothing
Fallen's
bad.
all like,
The way that
all
sounded,
like,
it sounded bad.
Fallen's like, Rodolus is like, we have, you can be other jobs. Fallen's like, yeah.
Yeah, but no. Fair enough.
Yeah, but yes,
busy.
but also no.
Yes, but also no. Look like a plague doctor from the front here. Let me grab along the y-axis. That is way not wide enough.
Yeah, I might have to get my computer looked at because now, like, my laptop is doing the thing where it's like, where the screen keeps shutting its face off more often, so I'm just like, oh no, I might have to, like, upgrade some stuff for my laptop,
Holy
like,
crap.
get some parts replaced.
That sounds like it's gonna cost money, and you know how I feel about money. I don't have any.
You're all like, I spent on my Twix bars.
Spending on Twix bars. Oh no, that's the worst. That's the worst. That's not very responsible of me as an adult, I'm aware, but also, have you had the Twix bars? They're delicious!
Twix are pretty good, though. I mean, it's all in the mix, man.
All in the mix. Yes, indeed. But I'm
What even
talking
is
about
a
them
Twix?
premium.
Serious here. What is
Okay, so a Twix bar is basically like it's a cookie bar,
yeah,
but it's
I-
covered in.
I know what a Twix is, but like, what does that mean? Like Twix, the name.
Probably in between. Twix in between. Twix in between.
In Betwixt, yeah.
Twix. I have no idea. I've never looked it up, and I don't care. But you know, if you ever look it up, chat, please let us know.
I mean, I have infinite access to online knowledge.
But I will ask questions
Do
of
we
some guy
choose
on the
to-
internet who doesn't know anything. That's how I choose to. That's how I choose to spend my time, asking people who don't know any better than I do questions that we could both just look up, and then listening
I
with
was like,
rapt
what?
attention as they make up an answer.
The production, we're actually doing some here. We're getting that knowledge. The production originated in the UK in 1967, and early ad campaigns in Britain and the US emphasized the word mix. So it might be that Twix is a I don't even know how to pronounce that word.
What's the word? How's it spelled? Portmanteau.
Portmanteau, thanks.
Yep.
Of twin and mix, or twin and sticks, referring to the pair of bars and mixture of ingredients.
All right then. So we
So
have
you really don't know.
English to blame for that one. Not our fault. No, I'm messing around.
Blame the Brit.
I mean,
Silver,
don't
get
we
in
blame
here.
Twix for everything, though?
Explain yourself. What the?
Somebody explain
Get
it.
in here. How does it stand for mix or sticks? What are you talking about? Is it sticks or mix? No, is it?
You are peaking like crazy on that mic. Let me just tell you about that.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you're welcome.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
good.
scream more then.
Oh, no, he was talking about me, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you're just. It's going. Do you hear that?
You need. No, I know, I do. He needs a new mic.
Oh, it's the mic itself. All you gotta do is get in there and get the dirt out of it. I'm messing around. Get the air blower and blow the
All you
dirt
gotta
out.
do is go up to, all you gotta do is go up to where the dirt is and like just blow with your mouth.
Just blow on it.
That's that I can't.
I'm sorry.
Hold
That
up,
probably
hold
sounds
up,
awful.
Hold up. Hold up.
I don't know what I sound like on the stream. I'll never know.
Just blow on your mic. Just blow on your mic. You just go in and it's just like a.
Okay, let me know if it sounds any better.
little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, I'll just probably like lower myself to like. How about now?
Yeah, let me turn you up on my end here. Let me hear you a little better. Let me hear you a little better. Also, I realize I'm sharing my entire screen now. I can't just look at random stuff. Oops.
Okay. I love the fact, legit though, that the pizza I bought the other day, the friggin' receipt had the cashier listed as Squidward. It's like, that's good. I like it.
Oh. I didn't
Amazing.
see that.
Truly.
Truly amazing. Truly amazing.
Okay, actually, continue our food conversation, our food thoughts, pizza.
Food thoughts. I have very little to say about pizza except for cheese cards are my favorite pizza. Basically, you just take a piece of bread, put some cheese on it, and put it in your microwave. Then don't eat it because that's going to make you sick.
What?
Don't eat the cheese
It's my
card.
favorite
Also,
thing.
I realize my
It's
camera's
my
not showing
favorite
up
thing.
anymore.
It's my favorite thing. I love making food that makes me sick, so I don't eat it. I just enjoy making it. It's a good
enjoy
experience.
the pain that I cause myself. Yes. Wait a minute. Oh boy. I see. Okay, whatever. Just turn
What
that
do you
off.
what do you usually like on your pizza?
I like to have cheese. I've been trying some things out because the heavy sauce is not great for me. Anything that's overly, I don't know, salty, I don't know what it's causing it, but I get the acid reflux when I eat the what's it called, Tuscan inspired sauce or rustic inspired. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I've been getting the Alfredo. I tried Alfredo one time, and I also tried the garlic sauce. Whatever, it was pretty good. Enjoyed it. I liked the way it tasted, so I think I'm okay with that. You know. I forgot that I had turned my camera off. I didn't turn off my camera. It's been on the entire time.
Every time
I've been
every
mugging
time
like
I see your
crazy. No one saw me.
When I see your camera now, like I'm looking at it, it's like, good morning, America. My name is Rodolus2, and we are here in San Francisco on a lovely Monday morning or Sunday morning, afternoon.
That's the yeah, it is the sunrise too, isn't it? Because that's the city, which means that we're looking at the we're on the western side of it. It's the morning. It's the sunrise. Yeah. I thought it was the evening, but it isn't. I don't. Wait a minute. I think there might be a sunset.
How are you even doing that? Is that like you have a green screen? Like what?
I'm
what's
using
happening?
Zoom on my. I have a laptop, so I have this laptop. You can't see it. I'm just gonna block out. Yeah, whatever. I have a laptop, and I'm connecting my web camera to my laptop and running Zoom, just my own little personal meeting room in Zoom, and I'm connected that to my my capture card, and I'm using that from I'm using the capture card feed as my camera feed over here in OBS, so that's why that looks like that. So it's a little overly complicated. It will not work for games, but I wanted to have a green screen because I don't want people to see my messy, unmade bed. So, yeah.
I
welcome
mean,
back.
I'm in San Francisco. This is a recording.
Oh no, this is a live shot of a still image in San Francisco. But for real,
There
guys, I'm
is
in
no
San-
movement, there is no sound, there is no life. It's just an empty hut.
Man, look at the lake effect here. The water won't even move.
Yeah, man, the wind. It's a calm day in the Golden Gate area region, which I did not realize Golden Gate is not named after the bridge. The bridge is named after this particular strait, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
So, it's also been the sunrise for like 12 hours now. Although
It's been sunrise. Well, the sun. Well, as you know, Bob, the Earth has flipped on its axis further over, like along the longitudinal line, which means that you know how like they call Antarctica or even the North Pole the land of the midnight sun because the sun doesn't ever set there. That's kind of what happened, Bob. A lot of people have been displaced by the Earth's sudden axis shift. It has killed many millions, and it has ruined everyone's life. But what good has come out of it is now that San Francisco is the new North Pole, the sun never sets here, but it is freezing cold, so that is a problem. That's why the water's not moving, because it froze solid immediately. But that was only after the tsunamis that came from the Earth shifting. Anyway, back to work.
Back to working.
Working on a bird. Working on a groovy bird, baby. Working on a groovy bird. No one gets that reference except for possibly my mom. And she's all like, boy, that's old. Why are you doing that? I thought you were like hip. Apparently not.
Well, I said you were hip earlier.
I have hips, yes. What about them? Do you like how luscious they are?
I do have hips.
I too have been born with hips.
Holy crap, we're all like the same person. I have hips too.
What? I didn't know that was possible. I thought it was just me. Oh man, we should create a community. We should call it the Hip Set. The hip crowd.
You people also wait.
Hippies.
Don't tell me
Hippies.
you also have a lower body.
Ooh boy, let me tell you about this lower body of mine. It's got 2 legs on it. Then there's 10 toes down there. I don't even know why I got that many toes, man. I don't use them for nothing.
Oh my god, save!
Crazy.
You guys' bodies are such a mood right now, which sounds weird. I shouldn't ever say that again. So cackling at me. Okay.
Your guys' body is such a mood right now. Like seriously? Oh
Hey
my
girl, your
God,
body's a
it's
mood.
so-
Like don't. That's not a pickup line. That's a go to jail.
Yo, girl, your body's a mood. Like
What?
it makes me feel. I mean,
Things?
I don't know, but it's a mood.
I feel. Your body's a mood. It makes me feel. Sounds like some sort of lyric to a EDM song. Your body's a mood. It makes me feel the needing to move. I got to move with your mood. I don't know. But just like a really going in the background. I don't care about the words so much.
Yeah, right. Your body's a mood. It makes me feel.
Makes me feel alive. I thrive
Oh,
alive. You've heard EDM lyrics. They're garbage.
Yeah.
Always. They're the worst. It's written by someone who, well, you know what? Let me not hate. It's good music, but like, it's written by someone
Your
whose
body's
primary
in the
language
mood.
is
It
not
makes me
English.
feel every time that we touch. It feels unreal. Like that kind of like.
Every time we touch.
And every touch, I get the feeling. And
Yeah.
every time we kiss, I reach the sky.
Yep, there it is. Every time we like, Cry was acting like that was like that was an actual song he just quoted.
I not intentional.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I figured you didn't mean it. Like, that's a song, dude. Danger,
you're not-
high voltage, when we touch, when we kiss. I forget exactly where that one comes from, but I heard it one time and it stuck in my head.
What would you say is like your favorite garbage earworm song?
Baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms. That made it hard to believe we're in heaven. And I like primarily the dance remix with the we're in heaven. Oh, thinking about our younger years. Anyway, that song stuck in my head. Not good. I mean, the original is probably fine, but the freaking dance remix has always been stuck in my head.
The original is I prefer the original over the dance mix, actually.
I feel that. I don't.
Baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms.
My arm.
Oh man. Has anybody?
I don't want to do this
I
anymore.
doubt either of you have ever actually heard this, but Cars for Kids.
No, I've heard this. 1-800.
Oh,
777 Cars for Kids. KI something Cars for Kids. 1-800 Cars for Kids. Donate your cars today. Oh, I've heard that. I've heard public access. I've watched public access TV before you existed. I've seen that. Those kids are 12, probably 15 years older now. They're not kids anymore. They're adults. What you call cars for adults.
has anybody here watched The Good Place?
I've seen a few
No.
episodes of it.
Okay, the Cars for Kids theme song is the official national anthem for The Bad Place.
It's funny. It's not even that bad a song. Cars for Kids is not that bad a song, but I guess that's the whole thing, right? It was all like, we got frozen yogurt. It's okay. Which is perfect. It's just okay. Which is true, because I have never been to a frozen yogurt place more than one time. I had it once, I was like,
Same!
all right,
Like the exact same.
it's okay. I'm not getting this again, though. I could just get ice cream if I wanted to have that. And it's like, well, it's less fattening than ice cream. I don't care. I should get some sherbet. I want some. I have a freezer now. I can buy sherbet. Anyway, well,
Wait, Sherbert? It's Sherbert.
no, sherbet. No, I don't know. It's that. I said rainbow sherbet. Sherbet. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. It has an R in it, and I'm thinking it's probably French, and therefore the R doesn't exist, so it's just sherbet. I can't trust a French word. Nothing against France or French Canadians or French people, but y'all language is
I just can't trust their words.
large portion of my language, so I don't know what I'm complaining about.
I have nothing against the French, I just can't trust their words. What?
Just none of the words that you say. No, here, as I speak a language that was designed literally for lawyers. It's meant to be misunderstood. So many words in it that mean the same
What
thing.
even is sherbet? Like legit.
Now let's look it up, because honestly, it's not ice cream. It's just like fruit. It's not sorbet though, which is straight up fruit. Let's just look up sherbet. Sherbet, pronounced sherbet.
I actually haven't had sherbet in so long.
It is pronounced. Holy crap! Sherbet versus sherbet. Sherbet, pronounced sherbet. Okay, interesting. So
Well, how's it pronounced then? Or both correct?
it's okay. So it's pronounced sherbet. Suhrbit. You can't see my screen. I don't know why I just shared that with you. I just moved that over, but no one can see it, so it doesn't matter. Well, I guess I could flip over to the Google. Hey, hally hoo, hilly hoo, hilly hi, hilly ho, hilly. Yeah, sherbet, pronounced sherbet, is a standard American spelling for a frozen mixture made of fruit and additive of either milk, egg white, or gelatin. It comes from the name of a Persian drink made of fruit juice, water sweetener, and a cooling component such as snow. I love the idea that they just use straight up snow to make it, because of course it didn't have any machines
Right.
back then.
You got like a sherbet freezer, and it's just like a vault. You throw the stuff in there, it's just snow.
Yeah.
Let's throw the snow on top of it.
So yeah, sherbet. I want to get some rainbow sherbet because I haven't had that in a long time, and I like.
Oh
the
my
taste.
god, I have not had that. I have not had that crap in forever. I ate it all the time when I was like younger, though. I don't
As
know
it gets
why.
hotter, I'm gonna have me some sherbet. Sherbet. His name is Sherbet.
It's-
Sherbet Hoover, like the guy. Herbert.
Man, we just got done with like some snow over here, so it's like always cold still.
Yeah, because you live in the northern latitudes and whatnot.
And so do you.
I mean, I guess technically I do, but I am south of you by maybe like 12 feet, so it's warmer here. I don't know. We hit the save on here. We're going to come back to the bird. I don't feel like working on the bird today. We'll worry about the bird later. Today was a fun day where we streamed a little bit, talked a little bit, laughed a lot of bit, and goofed off most of it. Thank you all for coming. It's been wonderful to speak to all of you, to read your comments, your well wishes, and